Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shark Infested H2O Pelvic Floor Health Series. Today we are going to explore foam rolling for myofascial release for pelvic floor health. Foam rolling can be a really awesome tool regardless of whether you have pelvic pain or pelvic laxity. So if you're looking to release the muscles of the pelvic floor to allow them to lengthen and relax, or if you're working on strength building for the pelvic floor, foam rolling is going to be your friend. So grab your foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, I will link to some Amazon choices below. You can get foam rollers that are really inexpensive, something like this, which is a little more expensive, but this is great for people who need that really deep myofascial release with these trigger points, and it's got the really firm inner tube as opposed to just being literally a foam roller. So grab your foam roller and let's get started. So our first exercise with the foam roller is going to be a hip opener. So this is going to help for your glutes and your piriformis. And it's so hard to really get those to loosen up, even if you're getting a good massage from a good massage professional. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your foam roller down, and I'm gonna move back a little bit so you can see everything that I'm doing. And you're gonna sit on it. So you can just start, get comfortable, put your hands on the floor behind you, and you're gonna kind of just tilt your body over to the left. So I'm tilting to the left here, and I'm picking up my right foot and just kind of crossing it over my left. You can even actually leave it on the floor if this is uncomfortable for you. So let's just start like this with the foot on the floor. And what you're gonna do is just simply use your hands for support and roll back up to about the hip bone point, and then roll this way until you come towards your sits bone. And just go back and forth like that, about 4 times. That's 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And what I recommend now, after you do just 4 nice gentle rolls, is find that spot where you have some tension and discomfort. And now just roll back and forth a little bit over that spot. You're gonna feel it's like somebody's pushing into a knot. It should feel really bright. And if you're not quite getting enough, that's where crossing your leg over, you're gonna get more weight into that, and you're gonna get a little bit more there. Feels so good. Okay, so let's do the other side. So now we're just gonna come over to this hip, and I'm gonna do this one with my legs crossed, so you can do it cross this way, whatever way feels good to you. You can do your long rolls. Start by going back to your sits bone and then all the way up to your hip. Just back and forth. Nice long rolls. Feels so good. Once you've done that 4 times, find that bright spot, and there might be a few of them, and just kind of little tiny back and forth movement. You can even just sit on that bright spot. Especially if you have one of these trigger point rollers, they really just sit on those spots and it feels really good, and then you can just roll through it. Okay, feels so good. All right, next we are going to do our quads, and we're gonna work a little bit into the adductors and abductors as well when we do the quad rolling. So with this, you wanna bring the roller just to your knees, and you are going to come all the way forward on your elbows here. And I'm just gonna bend my knees so you can see that my feet are kind of pointing straight back. They're not pointed in or out right now. And we're just gonna go back and forth 4 times. From knees to your upper thighs as far as you can get there. I'm a little forward, so now, there we go, that's better. I'm gonna go 4 times back and forth, as slower as fast as you need to. And then when you find that spot that's just a little bright and tight, you're gonna stick on it and just move yourself back and forth a little bit. So next, we're coming back towards closer to the knees. I'm just gonna show you my feet. I'm gonna now point my toes out and I'm gonna just move my legs apart a little bit. So now we're getting the quads, but we're also getting some of those adductor muscles. We'll work more on those in a minute. So you're just gonna go back and forth. And I'm really exaggerating the flex in my feet just so you can see it when I do the rolling. And it feels so good. I have so many bright spots and my adductors get really tight. So once you've gone through 4 times, you find that bright spot. And for me, it's by my knees. And I'm going to do a little bit of rolling here. Okay, so last thing you're gonna do is to turn your toes in, so kind of like that. I have the outer aspect of my quads on the foam roller, and I'm gonna go back and forth 4 times. Ooh. I have been maybe overusing my quads a little bit lately. That's what happens sometimes when you are a biker. So I spin for exercise most of the time, for my cardio anyway, and that definitely does put a number on your quads and your hamstrings too, but we'll get to hamstrings on another day. So for me, on this outer aspect, it's more like the middle part here, so where I feel that brightness, so I am just gonna roll on that a little bit, and then I'm gonna be done with my quads. The last of these 3 foam rolling exercises that I'm giving you in this video is going to be for the adductors. These can be especially tight in people with pelvic pain. And so if you're working on trying to lengthen your pelvic floor muscles, if you're a runner or a biker or a skater even, you might find that these are tight and sometimes might even cause you some pain in your knee. One of the things that I discovered when I started spinning regularly was that I would get this knee pain when I rode, and it turned out when I was kind of, where is that pain coming from? Is it in my knee? It feels like it's in my knee. It's actually in my adductors. So once I started foam rolling my adductors, it went away. So I know these videos are not about knee pain, but hey, every little bit that we can get is helpful. So you're gonna lay your foam roller this way. You're gonna come back onto your belly and you're gonna put your leg up on your foam roller like this. And then you're just gonna roll back and forth. I like to, flexing my foot helps me really get into those muscles. You're just going back and forth. Got a little bit of motion here, here we go. And once you've gotten that 4 times, you're gonna find your bright spot. So for me, this is my bright spot right here, right there in my knee, behind it. Oh yeah. And I'm just going back and forth a little bit. And for me, what I also will do is just move my foot like this, because it really gets in to that spot, that really bright spot. So this helps me like really pinpoint it, and then I move my leg like this to really release it. Feels awesome. All right, now let's do the other side. Same thing. So what you do on one side, you should do on the other side. And this is something I learned from yoga. So I'm gonna roll back and forth. And then I'm finding the bright spot. And on this leg, it's like right here. So I'm just doing a little back and forth, and then I'm just gonna move my knee a little bit. Feels good. Hopefully this has been a good introduction to foam rolling for you. I know it's kind of like drop in and go, but these 3 areas are really helpful for pelvic floor health, and making sure that we release that fascia and allow it to move freely can really help when we're trying to either lengthen our muscles or when we're building strength so that they don't get too tight. Because once you get over tight, then we have to go back to lengthening. So If you practice this after you've done your exercises or at the end of a session at the gym or your home gym, whatever you do for exercise, I think you'll find it to be really helpful. I know it's helped me a lot, and I do use this with my own patients in the office. So give it a try. Let me know how it works for you. What foam roller do you like the best? Do you prefer one of these deep diggers, or do you prefer something a little more gentle? Do you find that this is not helpful for you, or is it pretty helpful for you? So these are all things that I'd be interested in knowing, so please comment below if you have something to add to this conversation. Give this video a like if you think it helped you, or you think it might help you, or might help someone you know, and do subscribe. I do post a new pelvic floor video every Saturday. They go live at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I guess it's daylight savings now, but Eastern Time. And on Wednesdays, I post my women's health talk vlogs. Right now, they're just kind of talking head videos, but I do plan to evolve into vlogging down the road. So keep an eye out here for all good things, and I'll see you next week for some more tips on how to make your pelvic floor a better place. Bye, everybody.